Hello, and welcome to Damien Day on PlayFrame.
It's Damien Day.
And Dream Daddy.
Yeah,
and
we're kind of in the
that.
home stretch now.
We are.
We've got
We're down to 3 dads.
Yeah, like 4 dates remain, if I'm remembering right. One more date with each of the remaining dads, and then the final date. The true date.
The last date.
The ultra date.
That's true.
But it's Damien Day.
It's Damien Day.
So let's go have a fun, Victorian-inspired, potentially spooky time.
Yes. All right.
When changing a tire, make sure to tighten the bolts in a starfish pattern.
Like...
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. In general, I think you're supposed to tighten screws around things. Like, don't just screw it down as tight as it goes in one place.
And like
then
across
move
from
to
each
the
other,
next.
so you're kind of getting...
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So it maintains the proper tension.
We know things.
I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door.
Dad, you got a letter.
Oh, is it from Grandma?
No, it's from Damien.
Whoa. Can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads,
Dearest Liam, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak toward something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I'll simply say that our company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Liam, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, Damien Bloodmarch.
wow.
Chill out, Damien. Dial it back just a bit.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like if that was just text in a book that I was reading, I would be like, oh, I ship them so hard. So...
It is very cute.
Yeah. Amanda and I both look up from the letter.
Wow.
He's good.
So you're gonna catch a movie with him?
Yeah, I better message him on Dad Book and let him know. I mean, at this point, you don't really have a choice. Like, someone makes an envelope out of parchment and seals it with wax?
Yeah. In fact, just responding on Dad Book may now be just like not enough.
I know, right? We might have to go, I don't know, write a symphony for him or something.
Yeah, a precedent has been set.
And we're never going to live up to it. Amanda slaps my laptop shut.
Amanda agrees. You have to write him back a real letter.
Amanda does agree. Dang. But my handwriting looks like 2 toddlers fighting over a crayon.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool.
Will you help me? I need to class this up.
Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, and then enclose them in the letter.
Aw, dang.
That is pretty good.
Where did our kid learn this stuff?
Where did you learn this?
Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy type of guy.
Oh, here's one.
Vampire Crusade 2?
Evil never dies.
I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid.
Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head.
Really? Really?
I love when that happens. Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties.
That does not sound like Damien's cup of tea.
No. But maybe.
Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda to try and drafting a nice letter. I start writing, Damien.
Good start. I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey, or good morrow to you on this fine eve.
Spider-Verse meme.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Hey carries a lot more meaning than it did when this came out. Let's see.
I think this is the way I want to go.
And I think it is the way, like, overdoing it, I don't think might sound like mockery. I think going for what sounds legitimately like the correct energy is the thing that Damien will like.
Good morrow to you on this fine eve is a weird... It's too far for me, for my tastes. I'm worried that it means have a good day tomorrow to you on this fine evening.
It's definitely mixing around some words that sound good but actually don't fit together. So,
right. Or at least I don't think they do.
yeah, as far as I know. Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado that kid? You been good? Or I must confess my amateur control of the written word.
Obviously that.
Yeah. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself.
He said stuff like that too. He wrote his letter hastily in the embrace of warm passion or something.
Yeah. I mean, the first part was clearly a lie, but it didn't look written hastily, but...
Maybe that's his sloppy handwriting.
Yeah, I'd be very excited to see what not hasty letter writing from Damien would look like in that case. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find to be in good spirits, or I felt very much the same after our last encounter. Or for I felt very much the same. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met, and that Ernest shit was pretty messed up. Funny as it would be to start with 2 very strong entries and then suddenly take a hard left.
Right.
Now, which are the top 2 though? I'm not actually sure.
I'm more comfortable saying the second one.
Okay. Go with it.
Because I don't want to say that I feel very much the same after our last encounter, given that I'm not planning on dating him past this date, and I would feel like I was lying to him.
That's true. We shouldn't lead him on any more than we already planned to today.
Right. I did enjoy the adventure, but that feels less like I'm just yesing his whole letter.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's splitting hairs.
It occurs to me now that the rejection rose we end up handing him now, like, he has a much higher standard for bouquets and flowers than anybody else. So,
no. What color will it be? We can't
not
choose the wrong
orange.
one. I think white.
I remember not orange.
White
that one's rage.
Right. I think yellow might be for friendship.
Possibly.
So maybe yellow?
We're going to have to read some books before we dismiss Damien. But not bad. Good action-y sentence. Ask him to hang out already.
We can't rush things, Amanda. True art takes time.
Wow, you two are really in sync today.
Happens every now and then.
While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape? I'm sure it's not that. I'm sure it's like Bruegel's or something.
Oh no.
Like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Or let me get at that. The first one's probably best. Comments do tell me how to pronounce that name, though.
We're so lucky there's not a wanna smash option. Oh my gosh.
Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema.
That one.
I think that's the one. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move.
Indeed. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable.
Best wishes, hard daps, namaste, or we'll carry on. Yeah, I think the first one.
Yeah.
This is the first I've ever heard of hard daps, though, and I like it.
And then I sign my name, my full name. Fancier that way.
True.
Liam Floyd. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting.
That's so cute.
Oh my word. We don't have to read it out, right?
We don't.
We already read it out.
Yeah. What a good letter.
Yeah. What good handwriting.
Yeah. You spelled his name wrong.
Did we? What?
Nah, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes.
You jerk.
Now all you have to do is steal it and put it in his mailbox.
That's a federal crime.
Is it?
Tampering with mailboxes, yeah.
I think putting something in someone's mailbox doesn't count as tampering.
No, it's still not allowed.
Huh.
Can I seal it with tape?
That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back.
Are we gonna melt crayons?
That would be cute.
Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. Ooh, we can carve our seal. We can whittle our seal in the wood.
That's true. We know how to do that now.
We do.
You gotta have a wax seal.
She lights the candle, which starts to burn, and forms a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing...
Here it is. Your sigil.
a little kitten with a bow on its head.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch.
Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now. Huh.
Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has good pigeons.
The incredulous look on Liam's face.
Mm-hmm. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good.
I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Good, that's not a federal crime. As far as I know. Like, the mail slot is different from the mailbox.
That's true. As far as I know. Mission accomplished?
Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater's kind of crowded, but it's still nice.
How do you do?
I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there?
I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you.
Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon?
I didn't hear anything.
What?
Oh my.
What?
Oh no.
Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds.
Let's do it. Milk Duds. Defo. You can have the Sour Patch Kids.
Yay,
I'll take the Milk Duds.
I want those.
We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us.
My dad's here.
I turn around to find Lucien, standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. At least it's not Eduardo.
That's true.
Oh.
Lucien, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it.
That's precious.
Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. You? Watching that?
Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Ha. Good luck with that, Dad.
Lucien rejoins his friends, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what?
It's nothing. My son loves to tease.
We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest.
Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? Or the movie has not even started yet.
Is everything okay?
That's a good question. Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so, excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better.
Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
What?
You must be joking. I love horror movies. Oh boy.
Oh, poor sweet Damien.
Mm-hmm.
The lights dim for the film. Oh my gosh, that scared me.
Me too. The audio mixing in Dream Daddy can be a little all over the place occasionally, especially where the voices are concerned. So we've got to turn down, so everything's usually pretty quiet. That was actually quite loud.
And there's no music in this particular moment, so it was just like a scream out of nowhere in a game where we barely ever hear any sound.
It's true.
Damien screams.
I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all.
We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking.
Ah!
The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and a well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin.
Awaken, my coven.
Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. That's a different name, right?
I think so.
Brother!
Sorry, I didn't see that coming. I've lost track of the names, but...
This is the third.
Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time.
The three look at each other and then turn to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade! The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick.
Ah!
We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you.
Love it. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
What?
Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera.
Ah!
Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand.
Aw.
I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap.
I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section.
Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit he's afraid of it. I wish he'd hold my hand again.
Aw.
Maybe I could do something to try and make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie.
Tell a dad joke, point out a plot hole, or ask what's happening. So...
Let's see. I could see him being into plot holes.
I think that one very good way to take yourself out of immersion in a movie
is to start.
Like, if you're already out of immersion in a movie, then it's like a way to engage with it is to sort of laugh at it, point out plot holes, and start like treating it as an intellectual thing.
Right.
If we pivot this to being a sort of intellectual exercise, which he is an intellectual fellow, I think that will succeed in pulling him out of the fear of it and help him start engaging with it in a different way.
Yeah, I think so. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets?
Yes, that is absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. There you go.
It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go and create your own thing, huh?
Wow.
Dang.
Shots fired.
Right?
7 of them.
Ooh. From a gun that only holds 6 bullets, too. Yikes.
I like it.
I mean, so real talk here. Are we being called out?
I think so. Yes.
As players or as people who create videos for YouTube?
I mean, both. There's a lot of layers here. There's also people who could be there's people in the comments of this video who could be making fun of the game and or our video of the game. So
that's true.
There's a lot going on.
Several layers. Hey, look, that's an anachronism. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. You saw his Naruto slash fic. Of course he would have liked the romantic comedy better.
I forgot about that. That's true.
We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Bad Blood and the general's wife embrace each other in his crypt.
It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts.
Romulus and the general's wife begin making out. Hard.
What?
The film fades to black and the end appears on screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no! Twist ending. Okay.
I think that's silly voice.
Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again.
I'll never get tired of that voice coming back in every single playthrough we do as some random character.
I will try.
I love it.
I aim to please. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. That was very, very funny and silly. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated.
What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore.
Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be.
Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll.
Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it?
As lovely as the company, yes.
Aw, dang.
He's so smooth.
He is. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay. Here comes the smooth response.
Thanks. Cool. Or okay.
None of these is my response, which would be diving into the bushes. Okay.
Well, what would you say in a, nervous squeak from the bushes? Thanks, cool, or okay?
I would be trying to aim for thanks, because I have heard that's a good thing to say when someone compliments you.
I've heard that too. No problem.
Crushed it.
Yep.
We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat.
Worry not, friend. I have a plan.
Oh, geez. We turn a corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What? Are we going in there?
A little bit of Victorian flavor, Liam. Trust me.
This is precious.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic.
Well, all these dads know where all the scenic spots are.
Right?
Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but I don't think the Victorians went picnicking in graveyards in the dark.
I mean, maybe they did.
I think it was an afternoon thing, like a daytime thing.
Oh, we're putting our own spin on it.
With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. From where?
Maybe it was under the cape.
Wait, where were you hiding that?
Under my cloak?
I guess you're right. Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses.
In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see a beautiful plant life and fine sculptures.
That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
I wasn't...
He sighs deeply.
Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times.
Damien, I'm so sorry. If I'd known, I would have suggested another movie.
It's quite all right. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it.
That's true.
Yeah. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves.
Oh man, can I promote a YouTube channel I really like?
You may.
It's called Ask a Mortician, and it's Caitlin Doherty's channel about death and death culture, and it's a very specific but really interesting discussion about and of life decisions and stuff. It's really kind of cool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And she talks about stuff kind of like this.
Oh, cool. So yeah, if this is your vibe very much, then you should maybe check that channel out.
Unless you already have, because it's pretty well known. So, yeah, but it's a cool channel.
To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, and to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, it brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second.
We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees.
Go home, Robert.
No, it's the Dover ghost.
No, it might be the ghost.
We
That's
die
true.
tonight. What is that?
I'm not sure.
It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us. Its shape is taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster.
Woof.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a dog.
As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I have ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. Look at that cute face!
Look at that face.
Oh my goodness! God.
So cute and so vacant.
Like, other than River, this might be the cutest creature in the game so far.
What a beautiful dog. Hey.
We both look up, not expecting to see...
Thanks. Oh, it was Robert.
It was Robert. This is the dog that was terrorizing us.
Oh, yeah.
When we went over with Craig.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It was at his house.
He said this dog was mean.
It doesn't seem very mean.
He's a liar.
I think he might be, actually.
Robert's a liar.
I'm starting to think he tells fibs.
I've got
Robert.
a little problem with him.
Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids.
What?
What?
You and I were just as scared of the Dover ghost. Don't act like you're actually out here hunting it now.
Maybe he feels a sense of duty.
I did know you had a dog.
That's true.
I did know you had a dog.
This isn't my dog.
Yes, it is. You liar.
I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids.
See, Robert, this is why it didn't work out between us. Damien and I share a look.
May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though.
Hey.
Not to worry.
Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur.
Thanks.
Oh.
My absolute pleasure.
Damien shakes the dog's paw.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again.
Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs.
Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese.
I also figure, almost everybody loves dogs.
Yeah. Even maybe you don't want to own a dog, but...
I don't want to own a dog.
It's hard to dislike dogs, though.
But I ask to pet almost every dog I pass on the street.
Yeah. Dogs are good.
Dogs are very good.
I think big dogs are nice, too.
Oh. Yeah, man. Dogs are cool.
I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home?
Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep.
Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight.
Damien, it was my pleasure.
Liam, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Is he gonna kiss us?
I
I don't want that to happen. I feel like I'm leading him on. I'm such a jerk.
Well, we're just going on a nice little date with him.
I'm
And
such a
besides, we
jerk.
don't know we've not made our final decision yet.
Yeah.
And he's done a very good job.
Yeah. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow. Thank you, Damien.
I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships.
The first one is the one he'll get into the most, I think.
Or the last, I'm not sure
Or
which.
the last, yeah.
Yeah, go with whatever feels right. A noble purpose.
Huh.
Damien shuffles his feet.
I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities.
Oh,
It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you.
Bud.
Yeah.
Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand.
I must take my leave. Good night.
Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside.
Hey.
Whoa. I should have stood outside the door for a minute.
What?
That was a lot.
Oh, it was very touching.
All those anxious-y feelings of a new relationship and
Yeah.
early dates and stuff.
We were being spied on, though, I think.
And then, like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Were you watching me from the window?
No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie?
Lots of vampire titties.
Told you.
But, as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Liam. Did you know that graveyards, used to be a place to throw parties?
Oh.
I think I'm misremembering that.
Wow, that's pretty punk.
Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though.
How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? A little were-dog.
How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow.
I don't trust you.
Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya?
I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. You always have time for a beer with your buds. We did a good date there.
That was a good date.
Yeah.
Dang, Damien. Way to make this choice difficult.
Well,
are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
I didn't catch all of that.
so verbose, though.
Man.
That was a good date, and
That
Damien's
was.
doing his best to convince us. We'll see, though. Because there's 2 dates that remain before we have to make our final decision, and it's going to be very difficult competition.
It's true.
Indeed.
Especially the Brian date. There's going to be a lot of very difficult competition there.
Yeah, that will actually probably be where most of the difficult competition happens, and then the rest might actually be very chill. But
Yeah.
actually that's next, probably, unless we do Matt next. So,
No, I think it's Brian next.
all right, Brian next. Lots of competition next episode. Look forward to it. I hope you all have yourselves a good one, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See you later.